Welcome to Talk Up. I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, William and Jimbo.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Very good. Good to see you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I missed you guys.
Oh, well, that makes one of us. So, what have you been doing?
Me? I've been hibernating, mate.
You a bear? Like,
I've been called worse.
to be fair, what was the last episode you're on? What's this? Episode 7?
Yes.
Episode 7.
So it would have been episode 4, surely. Because, yeah, you've done
Christmas
2.
special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Christmas special.
Wow, that was the last one you did?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not just saying it, but the views have gone up considerably since.
Brilliant. It's good to know.
I'm not sure about the audio, though. Maybe, them deep tones are missing. Deep radio tones. No,
Well, anyway, it's good
they
to
went
be
up
back.
as well. No, it's good to have you back. So, as part of that, I welcome back to Uncle Jay, as you're fondly known by my kids.
Oh.
What? I hear you've got a new job.
Yes.
So is everyone else, because they've watched all the other podcasts, and we always seem to be last to tell our own story. But
Right. Okay.
What's your new job, mate?
Well, I've officially been appointed as director at Navitas Solutions.
That's right.
I know.
Bit of a round of applause there.
Big step up,
Big step up.
but I'm ready for the challenge.
All right. No. All jokes aside, go on. You have had a massive, I won't say career change, but what you do now
Yeah.
in our new company compared to what we were doing before,
Yeah.
at the place will not be named,
Yeah.
is a completely different job.
Yeah. 100%. So with this one, I'm more customer faced. So seeing existing customers and then actually looking at prospective customers as well, which is good. It's a new experience. I'm out and about, and I remember the first day I went out because I spoke to you and you said, "Look, mate, you're ready. Go for it. Just go out there." And I was like, "Right, okay, no worries at all." And I remember going into the first wholesaler. Bear in mind, I've never really done that face to face. And William said to me, "Look."
We're talking sales now, guys.
Yeah,
Right,
we're talking sales.
You gotta remember, most of this is audio. It's
Oh,
this
right,
is audio.
okay, yeah.
What the hell is he talking about?
No.
Face to face what?
Sales,
Combat,
guys.
like.
So anyway, before I went, William's like, "You've got this catalogue, you've got your business card, just give an overview of the company, this, that, and the other." And I went, "All right, yeah, I'm pumped, I'm ready." And I remember going to that first wholesaler, and the guy looked at me, and I'm thinking, "Oh shit, I'm not ready." And I remember just giving him the catalogue, saying, "Look, this is our catalogue, this is my business card. If you need anything, call me." He was just like, "Okay," and that was it. Just walked out. But since then, I'd like to say, maybe fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I hope it has.
Yeah,
we got consumer units to sell.
Well, there is that. But no, it is a bit of a shock, a bit of a change. But hey, it's part and parcel of developing. So yeah, I'm happy with the new role anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, he's out there. So for you guys who know, probably, so our Verso product, which is now distributed by a company called Navitas, gone through a slight rebrand, and obviously is available predominantly through electrical wholesalers who are, love you guys, but you are difficult. So they've always got other people on the shelf already. So it's Jay's job at the minute to go out there and try and get them to stop selling things in yellow and pink boxes and brown boxes and sell one in a blue and gold one for now, which will soon be lime green and black.
Lime green and black indeed.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that. So but yeah, we're coming up with loads of different ideas to try and get people engaged, and at the moment have done none of them because we only came up with them today, most of them.
Well, yeah, and the fact is we're really busy.
Yes,
that's the sad truth.
Yeah, I mean, your first week, I was telling James off camera, like I remember when obviously I started Premspec.
Yeah.
And took orders in, and there was these little LCL, which means less than container load, by the way. It's like pallets worth of stock coming in, which was there, unloaded them up. Not really the biggest problem in the world.
Yeah.
When we're faced with a 40-foot high cube container worth of stock, and it's just me and you.
Just by ourselves.
Oh my God.
That was pain.
I thought I was going to die.
I thought
I was going to die.
No, that was pain. And then I don't know if you added that part with James, where I'm in the actual can itself. Right, so obviously, when you first open it up, like the cartons are there, so you're pulling them off, and then as you get on, you're going all the way to the end of the can and coming back with this one carton. So you've got 16 MXs, 20 MXs. They come in cartons of 5. To put it into perspective, like 5 cartons, so 5 in a carton, it's probably about 25 kilograms each.
No, the 20 MXs are 28.5 kilograms.
So 28.5 kilograms. We had about I would say 300 cartons of those.
Yeah.
No way.
So and
That's just
all
one
the
product
way-
line one.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
And then you remember the 28 MXs, they come in individual
Oh,
boxes.
mate, and they weigh a ton. They're the double stackers we do.
Yeah.
Surely there's got to be a better way around this.
Yeah,
hope
more,
so.
more people. More people, younger people.
Oh yeah. And then I think by the end of it, I was ready to kill you because you were waiting. He was waiting at the end of the can to get the carton. Fine, no issue at all. But he kept banging. Do you remember?
Oh,
He
yeah, I
kept
was
tapping.
Just tapping.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
it was the most infuriating thing. And then how long were we there? What? So
Six
it's
and a half
8
hours.
Yeah, yeah.
6.5 hours of lifting
6.5
boxes.
hours.
And that last half an hour, honestly, so we finished it, and for a good half hour, maybe an hour afterwards, I was just shaking. I've not been that physically exhausted in my life.
Let me guess, a lorry driver just sat in the cab.
Didn't do a damn
No,
thing.
he
Do you know
didn't
what?
help.
There was one
He
point
didn't
I was going to chin him because he kept coming round, didn't he? Go, how much longer? Dude, you can see there's still half a container. So far, it's been 4 hours. You'd be lucky if you got in here by dinner time. Like, you coming around here checking everything is not making this happen any quicker, but it was making my temper rise. Oh, mate, it was so bad.
It was pain. And then if you remember the jewel stacks, how they were packed.
Oh, mate, all at the top.
Yeah, yeah.
So stupid.
So you're literally having to climb up on top of other cartons, bring the jewel stack ones down. They're individual cartons as well. And I think there was like 200 to 300 in the can. So that's 300 individual boxes that you're having to
Now, bear in
pick
mind,
off.
we had that was on a Thursday.
It was,
on the
yeah.
Tuesday, we'd had a 20
20
foot
foot
that we
as well.
unloaded. So, yeah, I mean, in the space of, 2.5 weeks, we had 4 containers.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
One thing we have got a lot of is stock. Yeah. And my chiropractor bill went up. Yeah, massively. But yeah, so it's been a baptism of fire, really. We've done everyone else's podcast but this one.
Yep.
So that's been cool. We've done Trade Legends. We've done Trade Legends first, so that doesn't come out till this month.
Yeah, yeah, because they were saying they're like 5 or
6 ahead,
episodes.
which
yeah,
we should probably, take something out of that, really. And then, we did the Electricians podcast, which was live.
Yeah.
Which had great feedback, and I think we can both turn around and say to everyone an absolute massive thank you to everyone who supported us. The electrical industry really came together for us, and now if you could just buy some consuming units, that'd be great. No, honestly though, it's been awesome, isn't it? And I think everyone's excited. The fresh look about it all as well. We got the colours from the podcast, so yeah, we're kind of putting it all together.
100%.
So what's new with James? That's Jay's new role and Jay's new life. What about you?
Not a lot, to be honest, mate.
No?
It's the same old simple life.
Same old
Literally to you two, I'm like, yeah, I got it easy.
Yeah, we like doing things the hard way for some daft reason, don't we?
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Joy's in the journey, mate. That's
Joy's
what
in
we
the
always
journey.
say.
That's what. Yeah, isn't that the?
That's the slogan, isn't it?
No, that's your slogan.
Oh, right. Okay.
Our slogan is all about power.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think mine's better.
Cheers. Yeah. No, so we're at the end of Trade Legends. They were asking us, what was the question? Some advice you would give someone, or some
Yeah.
like parting wisdom comment.
Well, this is the thing. You know what? I was
He still
annoyed.
hasn't- He still hasn't thought of one.
No. I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I was annoyed at you because I completely
Shock.
forgot. Well, sorry, I didn't even know that that's the question that they asked at the end because they said they do.
Well,
it
I
on
don't
every
remember
show.
that. No, they didn't do it on that first show.
Oh, did they
No,
not?
they asked me what I had planned for the next year, and then they cut it out.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. No, the question was. Oh, sugar. What was the question?
Go on.
No, the question was, yeah. What advice would you give to someone
Yeah.
about? Was it life?
Life advice. Or
Life
business or
advice. That was it.
anything.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it.
And what did you say?
Mine was find a hobby.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It was. No. The main reason I said that was because look, most of us here, actually all of us here. Jimbo, I'm assuming you're a workaholic as well. If you're not, apologies. But yeah, we work too much. And I was saying,
I haven't seen you work all week.
because I've been out seeing customers. Yeah, if you're a workaholic, it's no secret that you will eventually suffer with mental fatigue. So the thing I was saying is, you need that moment away. You need to do something that you enjoy as well. And then the example I gave was with basketball on the weekends when we coach the kids and stuff like that. Because I just thought, I gained so much from
Oh,
that.
no, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
And that kind of rehabilitates me for the following week when I get back to work. So,
so you can take out on the kids.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
what was yours? Yours was what was yours?
Circle.
Oh, that was it.
Circle
Oh,
type.
yes, yeah.
Audit your circle.
Yeah, that was a good one. Well, elaborate on that anyway.
Steal from there. That could be their best bit of their podcast.
Probably won't be.
Right.
There were some good parts on that podcast, but anyway, we won't.
No,
But
yeah, just keeping. Like, obviously, I went through everything that I went through with getting this business up and going and stuff, and just the mental battering and everything else, and just like I wouldn't have got through it without my family, close friends, and just having I got a very tight knit circle, and yeah, they came through when I need them, and that was literally it. So I just ordered that circle.
Yeah.
That circle tight. Yeah.
Jimbo, how about yourself, man? What life advice or any advice could you give to someone out there? Doesn't have to be an electrician.
Or they're the only ones that listen.
I think respect is worth more than money.
Ooh, he's dropping
Look
gems. He
Look
is.
at that.
That's it.
Done. Mic drop. No, well, hey. Oh, do you know? No, actually, I was going to go.
So it's like, would you rather be a millionaire and everyone hate you, or just live a steady life and have lots of friends, lots of people like you? I know which one I would choose.
Yeah,
Millionaire.
Yeah, millionaire. I'll take the money. I'll take the money. You don't like this, all right?
No, but all jokes aside, obviously you said that. How did that come across? I mean, how did it come across? How did that come about?
I don't know. It's like I got quite a close friendship group. It's about 8 of us.
Yeah.
I'd much rather like still be born with them in 30 years and being a millionaire living in somewhere else and not seeing any of my friends. That kind of aspect of it.
Oh, okay, I see
Do
what
you
you're
get
saying.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I mean, I can't get rid of him.
Like a bad smell, innit?
Yeah, I wish you'd shower. No, I understand that. Like loyalty is a big thing. Like
Yeah.
loyalty and respect is a big thing, and I think that's massive. To be fair, because you were going to get that tattooed at one point, weren't you?
Yeah, loyalty is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's massive. Right. Well, now we all back in. We put the world to rights and give people some life advice. Should we talk about some electrical stuff?
We should indeed.
You should probably leave now then. Do you know what someone said to me when we first started filming this? Someone said, you know, you got a great balance. They called me a nerd, which is cool. Thanks. Jimbo doing Jimbo things with his electrical stuff, and you're like the exact words were the bell end apprentice playing on their phone in the corner. I was like, right, okay, cool. I don't know why you were bell end. I think he doesn't like his own apprentice. I think he reminded him electrically sort of competence wise of his bell end apprentice.
Well, whoever that is, thank you. They'll probably comment on this podcast as well.
You're welcome.
Still a bellend.
Still on your phone. Mate, it's not me. Oh dear. So the biggest news obviously in the electrical world this week has been
Amendment 3.
Amendment 3, which I think should be reclassified as the world's smallest typo.
Like when I seen this, right, I was like, I seen what we're going to speak about in a minute. I was like, so where's the rest of it then? I was like, looking at it. It's got to be something else.
Mate, the whole presentation was a minute and a half.
I was just like, what? What a waste of time.
But you say that, right? I was having this conversation with a guy called Mark Ashworth the other day, and it was yesterday. And I said, why didn't you? They invented a word last. I know they didn't invent the word, but the corrigendum. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because they made a minor alteration to something to do with smoke detection.
Yeah.
This is the corrigendum. This is not an amendment. I don't understand why it's.
Yeah, because they've always done that, where you'd have to print off.
That's it,
the changes,
and put
it in your book. I thought that's basically what this is, though.
It's 100% what it is, because they're saying Amendment 3, which is this paragraph, is now going to work alongside your existing BS 7671 and come in immediately, and to be working in conjunction with it, which is not an amendment.
Right. Okay.
Not in a traditional sense.
I see what you're saying.
But the one thing that's absolutely bonkers. No, I was going to go bonkers, but it's not bonkers. The one thing that surprises me the most is the way the anxiety around it, and the fact that we need to be pushing this through with a 4-week period, and this needs to be added in right now, and this, that, and the other, because it's all about bidirectional protection devices. Okay. And obviously with the big drive to solar, and the sun's out now, obviously, so maybe someone thought, oh, sun's out, we better get this in now. We've got 4 weeks. That's because it'll probably rain in 5. So, but yeah, it just seems like it's big push and big kind of fear factor of, you got to get this, and it's up for public review now. And what are the dates?
I think 8th of May to the 5th of June.
Yeah, because it's out now, isn't it? So we're filming this on the 10th of May. Yeah. So it's out now, and it closes when? Sorry.
I believe it's the 5th of June.
5th of June. So so it is 4 weeks then. So have you ever commented on a public draft?
No. So I'd like to say those people know a lot more than I do.
Have you seen some of your comments on your TikTok?
No.
Hey, not all people are made the same.
No, but if
I'm pretty confident you would be in a safe place.
If I was to comment something on it, I'd be like, I'm not going to make a change to what they know. I'm guessing those people have been like university. They're very well experienced.
Mate, he's been to university.
I got first as well.
Yeah. And I guarantee you know more about electrics than him.
No, you get my point. It's probably I probably should take more of a care to it and look into it. But it's the same with voting in politics, isn't it?
Oh, there's a topic. Hey, there you go. Part 3.
What voting?
Yeah, should we try that into part 3 quickly at the end? Politics.
Yeah, if you want.
Politics and electrical. Well, there's some electrical politics. Boom! Right,
That's
moving
good.
on. I'm dropping gems.
Quick one. With the draft publication, I don't know if you guys know this. When you submit your feedback, is it anonymous or can you choose to be anonymous?
I don't know. Like James, I've never done it.
I don't know.
I've never been asked for my opinion. Yeah, I'd say. I'm pretty sure they don't know it exists.
I don't know how it works though as well. Because is it just open to all members of the public or is it solely
Yeah, it's a
electricians?
public draft, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So yeah, in which case...
I would have thought it would be.
But who's reading through all this? I'm guessing the IET.
Wait, it's only a bloody paragraph, isn't it? I mean...
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
It's not even a bedtime story.
Yeah,
It's literally a paragraph with a little suffix at the end.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. And it's all to do with the thing is from reading through it's already kind of included in Amendment 3 anyway, in the prosumer at the end.
Right.
And there's also another section about generators. When you use generators, because you've got current flow in both directions, that you need to obviously take that into consideration.
Yeah.
So it's already kind of there. I think it's because of this big push to a bidirectional RCBO. That's what everyone's saying. Oh, do you have a bidirectional RCBO? If you don't have one, we can't fit solar. How have we been doing it for 30 years? I'll wait. Anyone know? Take a guess.
I'm the Bell End apprentice, mate. What do I know? I'm still on my phone.
Facts, right. Do you know?
Not a clue.
Okay.
No.
So you work here, Navitas, where we
Yes,
sell
yeah.
product. Do we have any bidirectional devices?
MCB.
Thank you very much. Has it always been bidirectional, or did we just do it that way?
No, it's always been
There you go.
bidirectional.
Right.
Oh, is it?
So 95% of MCBs in the market are bidirectional as standard, and always have been.
Because I seen something. The markings on the
That's
actual
it.
device is what determines if it's bidirectional, non-bidirectional.
Yeah.
And I can remember it was only a certain amount I do see with markings on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's how much notice I actually take. But thinking about it, I don't actually see it that much.
No, so it's so MCBs don't have any, right?
Yeah.
So MCBs don't. Well, not all. Okay, remember, guys, fact check your manufacturers, yada yada yada. But most MCBs are completely bidirectional. RCBOs, as a standard, never have been because RCCBs aren't, and AFDDs by nature, which are an RCBO mixed with a microprocessor, are also an RCBO, therefore are unidirectional. So it's only because there's obviously been a drive in the UK to use RCBOs on domestic circuits, which I'm a big advocate for.
Yeah.
Okay, getting yourself your earth leakage protection on that. However, if you go back, right, split load boards aren't great for two factors. Well, let's just stick with the one. You're grouping a bunch of circuits on one RCD. Okay, therefore, if one goes out, you're taking a whole bank out, etc., etc., etc. Right. You eliminate that entirely by putting them on RCBOs. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, on an MCB, that you on a bidirectional device going onto a solar situation, which is where it's going for, you need to give you need to put RCD protection on certain types of installs. Mm-hmm. So every install doesn't need an RCBO or an RCD protection. So normally you would put RCD protection onto a circuit if you're using twin and earth and it's buried into the wall, right? Or if that inverter doesn't have an integrated RCD in already,
right?
Which a lot do. And you only really need to look at it when you've got a situation where current flow is going in both directions, right? So that means, if you're looking at something like a hybrid inverter, for example, which has a battery integral to it, or you've got a battery storage system and it's going from grid, charging from grid and from solar and back and forth and yada, 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 right?
Yeah.
So you've got current going everywhere. Well, you need to be able to protect it going in all those directions. Well, then MCB does that. Now, if you've got an RCD, obviously integral to the device, and you use an SWA, for example, You don't need RCD protection
So
on
we're
that
saying
circuit.
you just go away with the MCB.
So the MCB goes on it absolutely fine.
Mm.
And the MCB has worked since I was around when they were doing solar last time in 2006, 7 and 8,
Yeah.
before the tariffs dropped out. And guess what? This wasn't a problem because everyone was using split load boards or garage units, which by nature have MCBs in them, which are bidirectional.
Yeah.
So why might there be a big drive to RCBOs that are now bidirectional? Well, if, people are launching new product to drive new product and new sales into the market, that could be a reason, potentially. But this isn't a critical problem that needs a massive amendment doing. Well, it's not a massive amendment, it's a paragraph. One thing, though, that I thought that is quite good, because I do think it's a bit grey. If you didn't know that a device unmarked is bidirectional and therefore a device that is marked is unidirectional, what they're now changing in the regs is that RCBOs, RCCBs and AFTDs, if they are bidirectional, have to be clearly marked.
Okay.
So if you look at Hager's bidirectional RCBO that they've just launched, for example, it clearly states on the top of it that it is bidirectional.
Right, okay.
Okay. But again, the marking should tell you. And if you're not sure, just ask the manufacturer. And if that manufacturer can't tell you, use a different manufacturer.
Yeah. So
this is mainly aimed at solar PV installers.
It's entirely aimed at solar PV. And to be fair, certain EV chargers as well, because certain cars are designed to take load from the car back into the house as well.
Charge
Right, okay,
the car.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can use the car battery as a battery to the house.
Yeah.
So in that instance as well, you've got current flow going in both directions.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Okay.
but don't panic, guys. Just use a standard MCB and you should be fine.
Yeah.
The only thing to think about at that point, though, is if that element of DC leakage on that circuit exceeds 6 milliamps worth of pulsating DC and smooths out, you can't use a standard type A RCCB anymore. You're going to be looking at a type B. Because as soon as it smooths out, it's going to saturate it and it's going to have that blinding effect. And at that point, it's rendered useless.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing to be wary of, really. But on an EV charger, unlikely. It depends on the size of your PV system.
Okay. Just a quick one. With the bidirectional RCBOs, you said that Hager got marking. Does it just say bidirectional, or is there a certain sign?
No. It's like a little blue block on the spine of it.
Yeah.
And just says bidirectional.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I've only seen a picture of it. I've not seen one in the flesh.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, I've noticed a few other people are marketing theirs, and I think it's a big product push, to be truthfully honest, because I'm not a big fan personally, and mate, you'd be the perfect person to ask. If you were going to fit solar into a house now, would you put that into the existing board, or do you split it across and put it on a separate board entirely?
I think it depends on the installation. Like if the current distribution board is good there, I may use that. I don't fit PV, so I don't really know. But it all depends on the condition. If it's a crap board there and the customer doesn't want to replace it, maybe I just add in a separate board then.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends.
I'm not a very big fan of putting it into the existing installation. I think you should separate solar out personally.
Any reason why?
Lots of reasons why. Maintenance, one of them. But
yeah,
I just think mainly because the element of DC is so much more present in that situation than it will be the AC side on a domestic installation, right? So personally, I think you should split it out. I do think we don't use Type B enough. And people talk about cost. Well, hang on. If you actually work out the cost of a Type B RCD, okay, and you bank in 2 or 3 MCB circuits off that, it works out about the same sort of cost as if you were doing an RCBO situation anyway. I don't know what our RCBOs get sold for in the market, somewhere between 11, 13 quid or whatever. But if you've got 3 or 4 of those, that's going to be the price of a Type B RCD anyway, what is from us. And then all of a sudden you've got a couple of MCBs on there that are a couple of quid, and you've got the right level of RCD protection on those solar devices, and then you're not worrying about that DC smoothing out.
Yeah.
Personally, that's a much simpler situation, putting that in and having that as a separate PV or renewable board that doesn't then conflict with any of your AC circuits in the house. Personally.
That makes sense. No,
Yeah, but it's yeah. So like I said, we've done. Well, I've done a video on this bidirectional thing. I wanted to go to town on it really because I do think it's a little bit of this craziness about it. This kind of anxiety which wants to build up of this whole bidirectional RCBOs. If you don't have one, we're all gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Well, they're not telling you to go back over every install you've ever done. What they're saying is don't put unidirectional RCBOs on a PV install. They won't work. That's it.
Yeah.
Fact.
Okay. That's fair. So okay, say for instance, let's speak hypothetically, this gets passed.
Yeah, we'll get passed.
What do you think is the impact on the market then?
I think what will happen is there'll be a shit ton of misinformation where people now think that if they don't have a bidirectional RCBO, they cannot fit solar to it, right? Which will then lead the people that have a bidirectional RCBO to set a market price that is unfair.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fair play.
That's what I think. I think there'll be a bit of scaremongering in there to drive a higher price into a product that you can work around quite easily.
What's the cost differences between a bidirectional and non-bidirectional RCBO?
Well, manufacturing wise,
yeah.
Based on what ours looks like it's going to cost, there's what, $3.50.
Oh, so it's not too much.
It's not huge, no, but it's the tooling and the testing and everything else, right? So once the actual components aspect of it is, like I said, about $3.50. But then it's a completely different device essentially. So you then have to send it off. That gets tested. Right. That gets certified. That costs a lot of money. And then obviously then you put it back. You got to jig it, rig it, and then everything goes into production, and then whatever your costs are from there. So yeah, it's not just like, oh yeah, it's an extra $2.50. Boom. There is an R&D cost there that'll be factored in for sure. But yeah, I mean, I do think it's a bit of money for old rope, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So, but that's my personal opinion, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just mine. It doesn't mean we're not going to be doing a bidirectional RCBO because we know for a fact we're going to get hammered for it. But we've been supplying loads and loads of PV guys and housing associations, everything else with these bespoke boards with RCD and MCB configurations.
I've seen your post on Instagram to do with something solar.
Yeah,
I didn't
solar board.
Into it, 'cause like I said, I don't do solar. What's that incorporated?
So that's got a Type B 100 amp, 100 milliamp RCCB in there with some MCBs that are bidirectional with a rotary isolator in the board.
Okay.
So yeah, so you don't have to put the rotary isolator external. It's also got an MID meter in it, which most people don't need anymore because they are again integral into the inverter. So that would just replace your generation meter.
I know, because I have seen PV installs who have like a couple of isolators.
Yeah.
Meters.
Well, you normally have a DC and an AC isolator.
Yeah.
So you've got the AC isolator in the board. Then you'll have the meter, which replaces the generation meter.
You kind of go all that
in one box.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. That's
yeah, and that's why it's been quite popular, to be fair. But we also do it empty in component form, so you can build it up as you need to, which has also been really popular, isn't it?
Yeah.
But people love the idea that they can just put the isolator in a board.
Yeah.
It's a bit fiddly to install it in a way though, because it's all conductor fed rather than busbar fed, obviously. But yeah, it's just another little solution. But you don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel with it. But you know, does it make installation safer? Yeah. Does it make it simpler and easier? Does it mean you need less space? Yes. Is it a fantastic convenience device, the bidirectional RCBO? Yes, but it's nothing new. And I'm shocked, absolutely shocked at the kind of urgency to pass it as an entire amendment, when all it really needs is like a corrigendum situation where guys stop using unidirectional RCBOs on solar. It's not okay.
Do you think something's happened then? Is it, or could it be like instances are happening that has forced them to do it quicker?
Yeah. Is there like a rationale that they give for it, or reason as to why?
Do you know what it probably is? I bet you it's just a lack of understanding from the market that RCBOs aren't like MCBs.
Right. Okay.
Because until this flagged up, no one knew to ask the question. Yeah. It didn't have to, because MCBs were bidirectional, so it never caused an issue. So I think that's more possibly it. But again, I'm just absolutely I was blown away the fact that it's an entire amendment. And like you were saying, I was watching a presentation and waiting for the rest of it, and it ended. I was like, oh, cool. I blocked out half hour for this.
It's surprising they don't bring out another book to sell either.
Well, yeah.
Even if it is one paragraph.
Money. So someone somewhere's cheesed off. Because they don't even have to send it to you. You can actually download this one yourself.
Oh, right.
But that's what I mean. They're pushing it through with this urgency. Surely your likes of Napit, Lesser, NIC or whatever, can publish a white paper to say, guys, when you're fitting solar, use bidirectional devices like X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Or just use an MCB. But again, it just needs to be explained a little bit as well that you're not going to have RCD protection on every single circuit either, because of the type of, it depends on the install design. Yeah. So, but we'll see what happens. I don't think I'll be invited to any of these meetings anytime soon.
No.
No, cheers, mate. so yeah. So guys, what do you think about bidirectional devices? Did you know that MCBs were bidirectional? And are you fitting bidirectional RCBOs? Will you never fit another PV install without one? And what do you think about the whole Amendment 3 being the size of a crisp packet? And okay, and we'll see you guys in part 2. Right, guys, welcome back to part 2. And firstly, before we get into it, I want to say a huge thank you to the guys over at WeHeart, not only for this awesome hat, but for always sponsoring the podcast. Now, before we announce the winner from our episode 6, I keep forgetting what episode we're on. Episode 6, where we had the Talk Up Tester Pen. It's not a Talk Up Tester Pen, it's a WeHeart Tester Pen. Before we announce that winner, we have an awesome giveaway for episode 7 that was given to me and Jay whilst up at the Trade Legends podcast from the guys over at Unilight. I'm going to hand over to James, who's going to talk you through what it is, because he actually is a proud owner of one of them.
I am. So it is a Vito Pro Pack backpack with a luminous yellow, and this I use this day in day out. It fits most of your tools in it, to be fair, that I use every day, and I'm like commercial, so you can definitely fit your domestic tools in it. And it's quite small, it's not as big as the other one, so I quite like it. It fits better on my back, and yeah, it's a great little bag.
It's awesome. I mean, I have no tools to carry around with me, and I don't want to give it away.
No. When we first saw it, we were both in awe. Like,
I want one. Yeah, don't think my laptop's going to fit in it.
In my opinion, I think these are the best bags on the market.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with
Yeah,
them.
we won't talk about the other bag anyway. There was a former bag that everyone liked. We don't talk about that one anymore.
Oh, right, okay.
Love you, Mikey. So yeah, but so the Vito, so nice and simple, easiest way. How do they win it, James?
Head over to Unilight's
Unilight, yeah.
Instagram and drop a comment on the post, which will be posted up. Tag a friend and tag Talk Up.
Yeah, so you make sure you tag us so we can pick a winner, but tag a friend too. But yeah, no. I'm not editing that out either. I'm going to start my my beatboxing career after this. Brilliant. But yeah, guys, head over there. The post will be up there. It'll be a collaborative post, so it'll be on ours and theirs, and we'll announce the winner on the next show. Woo. Which brings us on to the winner from the last show. So, drum roll, please. I'll let you tap on the tables for this one. Woo. Callow Electrical, Sean Callow. You are the winner of the WeHeart Tester Pen.
Congrats, Sean.
And we'll let James post it out there before he can pay for the stamp. No, we'll get that out. It won't be today. It's red hot. It's Friday. We'll post it out on Monday. Yeah. I'll be honest. We're not going to do it today. It's too
Honesty.
Yeah. But yeah, Jay, you and I were talking earlier before we started, and we weren't talking about you behind your back. Honestly, we were saying nice things about your newsletter. Yeah. Because earlier when we were talking about different things we were going to do, like marketing and how we engage in customers and stuff, and wholesalers a bit better, come up with a newsletter, and that's where we started talking. And Jay actually doesn't know anything about your newsletter, so
I know you publish it once a month.
Yeah, so we started about 8 months ago. So
okay.
We've been going consistent with that now. So, and I understand, like a lot of people say that newsletter is probably not the best way to go now. Like obviously you've got video form and all, but I think the content we're actually putting on our newsletter is one of the best out there in terms of newsletters.
Okay.
Like you go and find any other electrical newsletter, and put that against ours. Yeah. The content we're giving on there is all in one place. You don't need to go elsewhere. Click on that link. Go there. Go there. Yeah. What we do is all there, and we'll pick like a couple of topics a month, educational. So we'll, you can learn about a certain topic, and then we'll have some educational, some entertainment, and then a few little fun bits. Okay. And it only comes out once a month. We're not going to spam you. Yeah. It's not marketing. We have one sponsor. And that is purely just to pay for the newsletter.
Who's that?
Well, change once a month.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
right. Okay.
We won't pick any other. We just want one sponsor a month. It's not so we can make money. So if anything, I've lost a lot of money on it. So
it's a bit like this podcast.
No, it's not to like. It's just purely to pay for the podcast. For the
newsletter. Well, that's great. If you could start paying for the podcast, that'd be awesome.
No, it just pays for the newsletter at the moment, and any money we're getting, we're just putting it back in.
Oh, which is awesome.
So, yeah, I don't want people to think it's just it's another sponsor thing. It's not. It's actually there to help apprentices, electricians.
A lot of those newsletters are completely a bit like, I'm not going to knock any publications out there, but a bit like a lot of publications out there now. You open them and it's how much this is actually
relevant.
Yeah, not just being fed.
It's all products.
It's just products, just marketing.
We just have one section about this. Like for instance, we just done it on linear clips with our sponsor this month.
Okay.
So we base around clipping cables and regulations around clipping cables, distances.
Okay.
So it makes sense around that sponsor.
Yeah.
But it's not plugging their product. They'll have one section to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
And that's it then.
Oh, which is good. So just run me back. So 8 months ago, you start this newsletter publication.
Yeah.
What's the rationale behind it? Did you just feel like you could educate the industry, or?
It was just a different way. So I wanted something cool. I wanted something different that no one else was doing.
Okay.
So the front cover paints a story every month. So throughout the last 8 months,
The artwork's cool. I do like
yeah,
that.
it's it paints a story. Obviously, you can imagine it how you want to imagine it. But we sit down like, how's this gonna go? So it's just something like a comic book kind of feel to it. And then as you go through the newsletters, obviously,
Because you got a partner with it. Is he the one who does all the artwork?
he does probably 80% of everything. No, so we have to pay to get the artwork done.
Oh,
Again,
right,
which is
okay.
like 70 quid.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
okay.
So
That's not bad.
but it's a lot. It's surprising when we first started. Oh, it won't cost a lot,
Yeah.
It
We
costs
said
a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
We said that about circuit protection.
But no,
It's surprising how those little costs add up as well.
Yeah.
They do.
yeah. But no, he does. Yeah, I do the 2 educational stuff with, which is hard, like, because I have to research a topic and I don't want to put something out that I'm not 100% sure on. So I do struggle with that. And I'd love to get someone on board in the future who knows this stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who can actually put out super educational content.
yeah.
But we're not there with the money side of things yet.
Mark Allison, if you're listening.
Yeah. No, there is people like I've approached, but
Yeah. So then, in terms,
No, go
in terms of feedback, what's been the response?
we've had a lot of apprentices
Yeah.
sending me messages like saying, "Oh, love your newsletter, helps."
Yeah.
And like we all send it to you, and it's like, "Oh, we've had this," and it's like, "Oh yeah, do you know what? That's actually
Yeah.
it's good." Do you know what I mean?
Have you contacted? Because I've been contacted by a magazine called Sparks. Don't know if you've heard of it.
I worked with them years ago.
Yeah, so they are they're like, their publication is specifically like educational
Yeah.
places like colleges and things
Okay.
like that. Maybe contact them. Not Sparks, as in colleges.
Yeah, so this is what Joel's been doing at the moment. We're contacting a lot of colleges because we're doing a big giveaway in the next couple of months, but we want to give it to a college.
Right. Okay.
So that's our aim with that.
What is a big giveaway? What's on this giveaway? Just because I like freebies too.
Mainly tools.
Oh,
So,
well,
yeah,
there you
go.
tools. But it's
So no use for you.
all I
then,
know.
Jay.
So like it's going to take out a lot of our money that we have got. It's going to be over like 500 quid.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
So guys, if you are a tool manufacturer or if you have some tools in your bag that you don't use or whatever that you would like to donate to that awesome giveaway that is going to go to a college or the next generation of electricians, if you want to fire us a message, I think we could all let's, rather than a GoFundMe page, let's go Tool Me page for James and his giveaway. I think that's awesome. Fair play.
yeah, yeah. But my big thing, I just don't want people to think it's like just another money maker because it's not. It's really not. Far
So is it?
from it.
Oh, sorry, James. So is it just? So is the primary demographic young apprentices, or is it anyone can?
No, I don't like. If you looked at it at the moment, probably apprentices will benefit from it most, but that's
Okay.
not our aim with it. It's
Yeah.
more for electricians.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd say at the moment, yeah, apprentices probably benefit the most from it.
Okay. So with regards to the newsletter, what's the plan moving forward? Is it just to consistently keep publishing this each month, or are you gonna do something different with it? Or
So we have got plans, but it's all drawing board at the minute.
Okay.
Like, we don't want it just to be a newsletter. We want it to kind of be a.
Well, it's a bit like what I was saying to you with Talk Up. Like, it's I love doing this podcast. It costs us a lot of money in, and we've put, well, it's all our own money has gone into it, into the cameras, the mics, everything else, the time and the editing and blah blah. We talked about the time it takes me to edit up and stuff. But I've got a bit of a dream of turning it into an awful lot more of like a bit of a publishing type situation where we do a lot of different things, and it's just finding the time sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you turn a passion project that you haven't structured for money, and then you got to remember, actually, I do have to earn a wage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And that balance with it, isn't it?
This is what we're struggling with the most. Like I said, my mate Joel, he puts in a lot more hours than I do,
yeah.
and he wants me to put in more hours, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I just work like I have every Fridays off. If I'm not doing a podcast, I'm working on the newsletter.
Yeah.
But it's like that's all I do. And I put out content. Don't get me wrong, in the week to try and promote it. But it is hard to get hours in as well on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To see what happens. Like it's one of those things. It'd be nice. So I don't think my social media will be around for long.
Right.
So it's a way to like branch out, and hopefully in the future, if it does do well,
Yeah.
that could be my kind
So
of.
have you kind of stepped back from the social media side of things a bit then?
Not purposely, but Yeah,
just natural, sort of organically kind of happened.
I've been thinking about it for weeks. I'm like this close to giving it all up, just knocking on the head.
Yeah.
But then this close to just
Going
putting
full
everything into it.
Full hammer,
And I'm like, I don't know what, like, do you know what I mean? It's just good, and then it's also, is it worth it?
It depends what you want out of it, I suppose, doesn't it? It's like anything, yeah.
I don't know.
So. But then your videos that you still release, they still get significant amount of views, don't they?
Yeah, they still do decent. Yeah.
Okay.
So I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in about 7 months.
No, YouTube's been really, and that's kind of where you started as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's like, I need to get back on that.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I worry about what, and it sounds stupid, what people, all the videos are the same at the minute. And I don't want, if I'm putting out the same stuff, I don't want to be like, it's just another, I want to put something out there that's benefiting someone.
Right.
You say that, right? So we wanted to do exactly the same thing. I can sit in front of a camera. I can sit in this, what will be a finished studio soon. I can do it, and I can sit there and I can go through regulation after regulation. I can tell you why this particular part of an RCBO does this and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, so can Google. If anyone, and it's not, and it just becomes a bit samey, monotonous, and this, that, and the other. And like what we've realised, I think, especially with when we left PremSpec and we set up this, is that people bought into us and our story, and because we do care.
Yeah.
Like we care about what we do. We care about our customers. We care about the products. We care about the industry. And I think that gets sometimes everyone gets kind of so caught up in, I need to make another video.
Yeah.
I need to make another video. Like, what are you making it for?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not making it for something you really, and it's in that passion, like you're saying, you got that passion to that newsletter. Like, we love doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I like doing the videos, like, and I like the feedback that all those videos do that I put out. They trigger someone contacting me with a question so I can help. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they happen to buy a Verso board off the back of it, then it's a win-win. If not, and that person fits something properly, and now we've gained a reputation, they've learned something, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So once that passion kind of gets, and it does with that social media side, it can just get ground out, doesn't it? Because it becomes like a pressure that we've got to get a video out this week, we've got to get a video.
And I feel it all the time. I feel stressed when I haven't uploaded for a few days, because it's like, oh, I need to. But I just think I kind of just want to upload when I want to upload as well. But then if you don't upload when you consistently, you kind of just die out.
Yeah, but it happened with this podcast. So we went such a gap for between episode 5 and 6, and then even 6 and 7, because obviously been a bit, there's a lot of life that goes in the middle of it. But normally I bank like X amount of shorts off of one episode, like 10, 12 shorts. I couldn't off the last one, the way we did it and what the topics we had in it. There was about 4 or 5 in there. So after 2 weeks or so, it was, because I usually launch once every 2 to 3 days just to keep it constant. There was none left.
Yeah.
And I wasn't about to go back over the episode and try and draw things out and make it a big thing. It was, we were trying to move on from that situation.
Yeah.
Where we not kind of live in it. And it was just like, I started getting, like you said, really stressed. I was like, actually, I'm still here. We're still engaging with people. We're still talking to people. If I put out a short next month, I put out a short next month. It's not about getting 1 million views. It's about putting out something that when someone watches it, they gain something from it, and I enjoy doing it, and that's kind of...
What some people might fall in the trap of is where they rely on the income from social media.
Yeah, I suppose we don't make one, so that's...
I make money from it, but I could definitely easily live without the money.
Yeah.
But then then we talked about this on a different episode. I think there becomes a balance as look, this is what I do alongside what I do. To now I'm a content creator, and that I think because some people either want to do that or they're so close to that. It's probably more challenging for them. For me, I just think it's sometimes it gets so much that we've got to do another video, we've got to do this. And think, no, actually, I've got to go out and see a customer because I need some more sales in. Because and it does get a bit like that. But we want to do something a bit different, don't we?
Yeah. Well, my question was, you were saying with the social media and potentially feeling like, I want to give up. My thing is there a ceiling in terms of social media, like with regards to the videos that people post? So over the last few weeks, I've looked at, electricians' videos on YouTube. And then after a while, you're like, oh yeah, he just posted the same thing, but it's just a different person. There's only so much topic that you can talk about before eventually, everyone's got the same thing. Yeah. So there's nothing that makes it unique anymore. So my question is, do you think there is a ceiling that the industry will get to a point on social media where there's no real diversity in terms of subject content?
I think it's personality.
You reckon?
If you got the education in the video and the personality, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you only got one of those things, you're going to struggle.
I agree with that, because if you look at any TV series ever, It's just a remake of something else. Most films, you already know they're going to end before they start.
Yeah.
You still watch them. It's still entertainment, isn't it? Like you say, if it scratches like an entertainment itch or an educational itch,
Yeah.
you know, what's the other one you said before? Like a satisfying one, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Or something that just kind of passes or fills your time. We all do that as human beings, don't we? So, and if it's in a topic that we're passionate about, i.e. what we do for a living, then, you know, there's a reason people listen to TalkSport every day, and football has been the same for how many years? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Tottenham are still going to bottle it. Do you know what I mean? United are still terrible. Yeah. Arsenal will bottle it at the last minute.
Whatever, mate.
And QPR is safe. Woo! That's the main thing. I have a QPR shirt. It's over there. You can't see it, guys. But I was going to wear it today, but I already was so bloody hot. I sweat through it before we started. But yeah, we are safe. We'll be in the championship next year.
Brilliant.
Shut up, mate. Oh dear.
So you don't. What you're saying then, guys, is you think there's a ceiling for certain creators, but not for everyone.
No, what I think, yes, personality is always a big thing, right? In entertainment, I think. But what I think ends up happening is once you don't get the reward from it you think you want, and it then becomes a bit of a grit and a grind on the side of it. That's what I'm saying. Once the passion side of it comes out, because the amount of effort it takes to do it and stay consistent with it and this, that, and the other, people just, like most people do social media for, like from like a manufacturer's perspective, for marketing. It's just like, if it doesn't lead to sales, then we don't do it. There's no ROI on this. There is no ROI on our podcast. We don't make a penny. We don't make a penny off of our videos that we do about everything else. And what really cheesed me off is when I found out that other wholesalers, if their customers have a question, right, a circuit protection question about whatever board they're fitting, they will send them the link to our videos, even though they're not fitting our boards. And this wholesaler, I get on really well with them, to be fair. They don't stock our stuff. Frankly, your videos are great. I send to all my customers. Like, but mate, you don't stock us. He said, yeah, I know.
Gotta go.
But then it's like, well, hang on though. That's what they're there for, innit? Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll be sit there like a bloody, hi, here is my Verso consumer unit. Please buy it, and then no one will watch it. So yeah, I think it's. But if you prefer the newsletter and you want to go explore more stuff like that, and it's positive, then do
just
that.
different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just different to what a lot of people are doing. Like you say, it's old fashioned, but if you actually look at it, there's some good stuff on there.
Yeah. I like it. I read it. It comes through to me. So, but yeah, guys. So if you, how do they subscribe to it, mate?
I send you a link. Just click on the
yeah.
link.
All right. I'll get the link. We'll put it in the show notes in audio and in the video. So give that a subscribe. And with a big giveaway in August, if you are out there and you're a manufacturer, you want something to donate. For you, it would be great marketing, and you should get involved. Right. Moving on to part 3. Right, guys, welcome back to part 3. And part 3 starts off with pet peeves. Now, I would go to Janai, but I already know what his is. You. And as we discussed off camera, mine is being here with him. So, Jim Bob, what's your pet peeve?
So, it's a bit of a random one, right? And I've had this discussion with people I work with. They'll wear like 40 quid work boots and like it's destroying their feet. I'm like, why are you wearing them? You're in those shoes more than any other shoes that you wear, and you're putting your feet through that. Why not buy? The best shoes you should have is what you wear the most, in my opinion. So if you're in work the most, wearing the same amount of shoes, you should be spending a good amount of money on them, and maybe settle for some tidy Nikes at home or something because you're not wearing them as much. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
sense.
agree with you. But what was their like? Why did they say they spent only like £40 on boots? Did they give you a reason, or have you asked?
It's work. It's work.
Yeah.
It's just who wants to spend money on work things.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, you're in work a lot of the time. Be comfy.
Yeah.
Like your tools, don't buy crap tools. Buy some decent tools that you use every single day.
100%.
Like we are. Sorry, I had to plug them.
There we are. That was good. That was
So
good.
you go home, you'll buy, I don't know, have a steak on a Saturday, and all that, and then you won't buy yourself a tidy tool. That might just be a mindset thing with myself. I don't know, but it just doesn't make. Why would you put your feet through? Torture?
Well, this is it. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one as well.
You are talking to someone who doesn't buy furniture
Yeah.
for his house, but bought a £1,000 monitor so he could have multiple Excel spreadsheets open at once.
See, that makes sense, though.
Because it's at work. There we are.
But it was at your house.
That's a better point.
he was never happier than when he turned his living room into an office.
Yeah. No, it's true. And then the thing as well is that if they've got damaged feet, this, that, and the other, there's a chance that they're going to have to take time off work.
Yeah,
So they could potentially lose money as well.
Exaggerate with damage, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or boots or shoes where they kill your feet.
Yeah.
But they're cheap, so you carry on wearing them.
Yeah. No, I can see what that would be a pet peeve. I mean, Will, care to share on that? Or
I'm tight. I'm really tight tonight. I was
it's
just saying this
so
before.
sad.
Yeah, but you've done it with, like, you've got Apple Max. You won't go and buy a 200
you haven't seen me in Apple haggle with that. That geezer gives up. We got a business account with him, and do you remember we were there for an hour. And eventually, I can't remember what I got off a keyboard and this and that. But yeah, mate, I'm evil. I hate spending money.
Yeah.
What, because it's work though, or is it because?
Oh no, in general in life.
Oh right, yeah, but that's different. But
Yeah,
I mean, like where people are not tight, then outside of work, they'll spend money on stupid things. Then they go to work look like a scruff ball that can't walk.
But I have this argument on product all the time, right? So someone will say to me, "Oh yeah, and they want an extra 10, 15 pence off an RCBO or whatever." You just spent £4.5 on a coffee.
Yeah.
On a coffee.
Yeah.
Shut up. Like, really?
Yeah, it's true. I think it's mentality. Some people they don't see it like that, do they?
No. No, but people like that with their vans and that as well, don't they? That always surprise me. Like, why wouldn't you keep your van in good nick?
Yeah, like the van's a shithole.
Yeah.
And then their personal cars, spotless.
But yeah, like, when you turn up to site or to a job or anything else, like, the first thing they see is your van. And then when you get out and you're covered in head to toe in shit, in you know, whatever, this and that, like to me it means something. Like we've always had a dress code at work. We've always had a dress code when you go out and see customers. I've always been in companies and around, like, very much your first impression will always be your last impression as well. Like, it will be the lasting one.
Yeah, 100%. I think appearance is massive.
Appearance is massive, but again, practicality is massive. I know we've got this epic tool bag here at the minute, but like if you don't have the right tools to do the job, then eventually someone will do the job better than you. For just not being prepared well enough. And like you say, little things like, you're right, little things like choosing the right footwear. But it's something like you spend £40 on a pair of shoes, okay, on a pair of work boots. No, the greatest respect to anyone who spends £40 on a pair of work boots. If they last you a year and a half, you don't work very hard. That you're going to wear through them, right? It's like anything. You buy a cheap shirt from Primark or whatever, like a dress shirt. Right? You wash that 3 times, the collar looks a mess, and this, that, and the other. You're going to buy another shirt. You buy something of a bit of substance, you might pay an extra 20, 30 quid for it or whatever, but that's going to last you a lot longer. You know, it's unless you're me, and then I buy it as you hate me, don't you, when it comes to buying things?
Just in general.
Just in general. The amount of times he'll just go to me, just spend the money.
Yeah.
That's literally his tag.
Just
spend the money.
I've actually got a story. So I don't think you remember this. We were at university, right? And we'd gone to Tesco's. That was it. And we were in, I can't remember what aisle it was. Anyway, had canned tuna. And you go to me, Jay, come here. And I said, oh, what's up? Bear in mind, this is a while back, so prices were a lot less. So you go, oh, this can of tuna, 87 pence. I was like, all right, yeah, let's get it. No, mate. I was like, well, why not? Well, last week it was 83 pence. I'm not buying it. Me, I just walked down the aisle. I said, I'll leave you to it, mate. 4 pence. Jesus.
Mate, that's not a unique story. I've done that with washing up liquids. I've done that with sponges. It just infuriated me. There's 2 things that really pissed me off, right? One is spending money, 2 is queuing.
Yeah.
I hate queuing.
I hate queuing.
I hate queuing.
I've walked into, we've been walking around town or whatever, looking for food, and we're starving. There'll be 3 people, like that burrito type place in town.
Yeah.
Went in there, 3 people. I'm stood there for like 35 seconds, and fuck it, can't handle it. And I've had to
And do you know what, another one, sorry, when you're waiting in a massive line, you get the order and they still don't know what they want.
I hate that. I hate
You've
that.
just been queuing for
what have you been
minutes.
doing? I mean, you must know what you want.
Yeah.
Why would you queue this long if you didn't? Yeah, first world problems. But no, I mean, pet peeves. There you go. There's 2 of mine. Spending money in general and queuing.
Yeah, queuing. Yeah, that bothers me as well, to be fair.
Okay, so what's things you don't mind spending money on? Like something you can just like. There you go. You said okay, you won't spend money on work boots and things like that, or stuff to do the job properly.
Yeah,
and everyone does that.
Yeah.
in a way. But like, what will you frivolously just spend money on? Yours will be tools. Oh.
Yeah.
So this is the guy who didn't buy the Milwaukee pack out and stuff. Like, no. Next time I speak to him, bought Milwaukee pack out. And then, are you getting on with that? Yeah, bought more.
Literally.
That stuff's awesome though.
It is.
I was playing around with that on someone's trade counter the other week, and it's just built like. There's some other stuff on the market now as well. I've seen it, right? And it works and that looks color wise looks the same and stuff, but you put it together, it's just like nah. I was at the Elex trade show, I smashed them together.
Oh, right, okay.
I was like, it's just nice.
It is
gear.
good. It's good stuff. Like
It's just nice gear. Yeah. So what will you frivolously, like, without even checking the price? Like, no, I'm gonna buy that. That's my thing.
I think anything to do with my office. So, like, yeah, for instance, that monitor is just overkill. I don't know if you saw it.
yeah, it did.
You can't bloody miss it. It's a spaceship. Isn't it?
I was just thinking about playing FIFA on it.
It is a gaming monitor.
You play 2 games at once on that one.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
But yeah, I wouldn't think twice about spending that money. And that was quite a lot of money, to be honest. But yeah, office stuff, I've always been like, yeah, it's fine. It's worth the price. So yeah, why not?
I'm bad with food. I am.
I will spend a lot on food as well.
I'm
It doesn't
probably
really
at the
faze me.
moment, I'd say 12 quid a day in work.
Yeah.
Breakfast, dinner, and a snack. That's
Wow.
bad, isn't it?
Well, that's a lot, to be fair.
I
Don't you
my
have like
girlfriend
eggs or
watches.
something at home? Or
I'm just like, because I moved house recently, I'm so out of routine. I used to meal prep, gym every morning.
Right,
I'd
okay.
be set.
Yeah.
Recently, just
It's
not in
mad
routine.
how knocking you out of a routine can completely change how you do everything.
don't you just feel like really uncomfortable as well?
Yeah,
Like lost.
Yeah. I
yeah.
haven't been to the gym consistently. Like my food, takeaways, so bad at the minute. Food.
So I went through that when I left Premspec,
Mm.
and it was just like all of a sudden now your entire routine, your morning routine, everything's completely out of whack, and
Yeah.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible, and you do find you're right. You end up spending more money on the random crap because it's just like I haven't planned ahead, so you end up buying a Greggs every
It
day.
is great.
Yeah.
That's 6 quid a time now.
Mate,
to me.
what happened to the
Wow.
50p sausage roll? What happened to my 50p sausage roll?
Was it ever 50 pence?
Well, maybe not, but it felt like it was definitely closer to 50p than it is now, wasn't it?
You get like an orange juice,
Yeah.
a sausage, an egg roll, and a coffee, and maybe a nice slice if I'm feeling, And it is like 6-7 quid. And I'm like,
That
that's
is
in
a
the
lot.
morning.
I usually go for the steak, bacon, and coffee. It was $3.25.
You got too far there.
Yeah. I think we figured the problem out. I think the problem is you. Oh dear.
Maybe that's where all my money's going.
Right. So Jay spends money on food.
And the office.
Yours is the office.
Yeah.
I'm nothing really.
I'm trying to think for you. What would you spend money on frivolously? No.
It's always seen it as you must be a millionaire then.
Nah.
You are, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I just,
Where's my money?
my wife and kids spend it. That's it. Mine goes on the mortgage, the council tax.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play. What about trainers and stuff like that? Because
No, not recently.
No?
I used to be bad for shoes. Shoes
Mm.
was my thing. I used to be
Yeah,
really bad for trainers. Yeah. So I like had to just crisp white trainers. Can't be anything else. So like any color on them, I don't like it. So just crisp white trainers. And then when I used to be really bad with, I used to like my Air Force Ones. Like it was going back a few years.
Yeah.
And then if there was a crease in them, and it's like catching dirt in the crease,
Yeah.
no, that's getting fair trainers.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
then,
you like
then
what
the
you
price. Yeah, then the price of Air Force Ones went from 60 quid to like 120 quid, and it was
Yeah.
like I don't care if they start flapping at me, I'm gonna still wear them. But yeah. So lastly, and before we chop off for episode 7, which has been a bit of a welcome back and a bit of all over the place, we still haven't quite finished the studio and that yet. We've got soundboards going in here, a telly going here, a new backlight box going in here.
Yeah.
We are going to announce that we are going to let everyone in behind the scenes here at Navitas.
That's me beating the table.
Yes, I thought yes, well done. And in a almost kind of Welcome to Wrexham style documentary brought to you by Netflix/YouTube / we can film it ourselves and pretend it's a Netflix series, but just to let you guys in on how from start to finish, from putting a mezzanine floor in to painting the walls to absolutely everything, and kind of document our first year. And even if none of you guys actually watch it, which would be a shame because it'd be nice if you did, just something for us to look back on and go, wow, this was our first year. Why didn't we get a job? But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing, and you'll see James in it at least once a month when he comes in to film the podcast. And yeah, so guys, if there's any bits behind the scenes stuff that you'd want to see, you want to make sure we include, drop us a message on Instagram, on YouTube, or whatever. Email and let us know, and we'll make sure we try and capture that sort of stuff and how we come up with certain things and do certain things, and follow us at trade shows and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, that is our last big announcement, really.
Yeah. Oh, no.
No?
Next guess.
Oh, no, tell a lie. And we have our first external guest, even though you're pretty much part-time, so it's like a guest every time you turn up. But no, we have a next guest, and thankfully they're sponsoring the podcast because we need to buy a new mic because we've only got 3. And it is the Managing Director, Steve, of Weha UK. He will be joining us on episode 8 to talk all things Weha, talk settings and everything else, and the story behind it all as well. So if you've got any questions for him, get in touch. It'd be awesome to hear his story and any questions you have about him, the company, the product, or just general life, really.
Awesome.
All right, and until next time, guys, thank you very much for joining us.
Catch you in a bit.
We out.
I'm so fucking hot.
Yeah, I have to edit the shit out of this. I wasn't supposed to pick up those.
Where are you? Jimbo. Always a pleasure, bud. I need to take these cups out, otherwise they're going to come out with like mold and shit.
Dripping.
See the back of the chair? Fudge. There we are.
So you know it's summer.